Hi, I'm Marissa from Marisa Orlich Interiors, and I'm here with my friend Tyler.
I'm Tyler Fox from JM2 Architecture.
And today we're going to talk about when do you hire a consultant and who are the typical consultants that you hire on a project. So, Tyler, could you tell us when JM2 Architects hires consultants?
Yeah, so we hire a number of consultants, and I'm going to answer that second part first and say the most common consultants that we're working with are engineers and mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, fire sprinkler, fire alarm engineers and designers, um, and structural engineers. And really, it comes down to the level of expertise that we're looking for any particular project. And it's typically with the larger projects, the larger commercial or much larger residential
Mm-hmm.
projects, when we'd want to get someone else on board to collaborate with us. For instance, when we did the unique fitness project on Vets Highway in Holbrook, and I always go back to that project. But like I said, it really has so many different kind of examples to pull from. But we had to open up a part of Grundy Avenue, which is the adjacent street just south of the gym, and to do that, we had a number of applications for like the highway department, and that we had to get an engineer on board to do the road opening and a lot of the specialty items that come with working within a street instead of within a property. So kind of the property boundaries would be us, and then outside would be someone else. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really a prime example of when we want to get someone else on board. And then also on a flip side is during the construction process, when we're talking about consultants, the owners hiring consultants, the contractors have sub-consultants. And we are talking about this beforehand too, but really what really brought this conversation was it's all about the communication with those consultants and working together. So,
Mm-hmm.
if we're doing an office renovation and the owner hires a audiovisual consultant, then we need to make sure we're coordinating with them to say, okay, where are they putting speakers? Where are they putting TVs on the wall? I'm sure you run into that same thing as well. But really, it comes down to communication and working with them closely to make sure that the project comes to successful completion. So, and what about you, Marissa? What are some of the consultants that you were working with?
You hit the nail on the head. It is all about communication, and it's all about consulting as a designer with these consultants. So what happens is we might I might be on a job and we're talking about doing a renovation, and this renovation might be about bringing out the wall further into the backyard and extending the kitchen or the den into the unused space in the backyard. And when clients start talking about those things, that's when I know I have to defer to an architect, that things are going to be bigger than what I'm designing. And I can work closely with the architect, um, and really give my ideas on what I want the room to look like, or if I want any special pieces designed around what we're doing. But we work with the architect, we work getting permits that way with the town. And then as for consultants, aside from architects, I work with art consultants. So even though I do pull art for rooms and I add sculptures and all different pieces of great art, I do defer to some art consultants when we need bigger pieces or I need something of a certain size. I'll defer to them because they just have the knowledge and
Yeah.
the background of that.
Hmm.
And I'll defer to paint for paint consultations. If I want a Venetian plaster on the wall,
Hmm.
I'll get a painter in there who specializes in that. As for what you were saying with the AV, the audio visuals, people are living at home much more, so we're updating their space. So if we're doing any surround sound systems or we're putting any speakers behind the couches, I'll be discussing with the audiovisual about the height of the couch we're getting to make sure that the speaker is in the correct position.
Hmm.
Um, and then safety. I talk to alarm guys. We talk about uh, wanting to feel safe in your home during these
Yeah.
unprecedented times right now.
Sure.
So those are a few of the subcontractors and consulting that I've been experiencing lately.
Yeah. I think we share some of the same types of consultants, which is kind of cool, in different levels. I mean, certainly you're really building a relationship with them, and especially with us, as we try to get them involved as early as possible and have them have their input and their expertise looking at our designs and our plans from day one, so we're not running into any surprises along the way. So
Right. It goes back to communication, and just if the client wants to add something, if I'm the liaison between the client and the architect, it's just having those conversations so that everyone knows what we're looking for.
Exactly. Great. Awesome. Well, thanks again to everyone for watching these videos. And I'm Tyler Fox from JM2 Architecture.
And I'm Marissa for Marisa Orlich Interiors. And if you have any questions or want to bring up a topic, please leave them in the comments below. Thank
Thanks.
you.